Hey everyone, Mark DeSalvo here. This is my new Simple Tips Sunday segment. This is me giving you tips that you can add to your training almost immediately and add some pretty big return on investment. So we'll kick it off today with the first one, which is one of my favorites. This is the best $35 investment you can make. These are fat grips. You put these on dumbbells, pull up bars, barbells to make the implement thicker because um, there's a lot of research, especially newer research coming out on the benefit of thick implement training. And I want to clear up a little bit of a misconception on how you actually use these, though, because I see them sometimes being used a bit wrong or in the wrong phase of training. So, number one, let's talk about first why thick implement training is so important. Uh, there was a recent study that came out, and I'm paraphrasing here, but they took two groups of tennis players. They had them train with fat grips and without fat grips. And the ones that trained with fat grips, just doing standard protocol dumbbell exercise procedure, uh, they increased their velocity in their serves and basically the rest of their game. I'm not a tennis pro, so don't get me on that. So, and it goes to show you that it was just through fat grips. It wasn't through things doing like excessive rotational training and all these other things. So, one thing you want to really put into your training is thick implement training. For a sport that's near and dear to me, grappling, jujitsu, fighting sports, you're never going to be grabbing anything that looks like a barbell, or is that thin basically. So you want something that more closely resembles a human wrist, but the reason why is because you have to be able to, when you grab something, be able to potentiate and use all the energy and force that you have. So uh, it really helps to train your grip because it's that first anchor that you put onto somebody, especially in a grappling sport or a combat sport. Um, so if you weren't convinced from just that, um, I don't know what to tell you. But if you were looking to incorporate this into your training, one way you might do that is you would do this in kind of an accessory fashion. So don't start saying to yourself, I'm just going to deadlift always with fat grips on. The reason is that you're never going to really be able to potentiate or train your full potential in the muscles that deadlift is meant to train if you can barely hold the bar. And I know what you're thinking. You'd think over time you'll develop that. You probably won't. You'd be much more well served to develop yourself in the big multi joint exercises without the chaos of like something else added to it. And then at the end of your workout, you should add these in to, if you're doing any kind of bicep curls, any kind of static holds, hanging from a pull up bar with these on. But another really great use of these that I've used a lot lately is I use them passively. So, for instance, if I'm doing some kind of lunge variation or Bulgarian split squats, I put these on the dumbbells while I'm holding them because in that activity and that exercise, the your grip strength isn't paramount. That's not even the prime mover. It's just what's attaching the heavy weight to you. So put fat grips on when you're doing exercises for your lower body in which you have to hold dumbbells. I hope this advice helped you out a little bit today. You can head up to salvotraining.com if you want more, or if you want me to cover any particular topic coming up on these Sundays. You can check back on Facebook and Instagram. I'll always post them there. Take care, everyone. Have a good one.